Good Saturday evening. Highs right around the low 70s in Sacramento at 72, well above average for this time of year by 10 degrees. Now, the record was 76, so we're not quite there, but it has been very warm, and we're going to start seeing a little bit of a shift, a change in our weather pattern starting tomorrow as temperatures drop anywhere from 3 to 8 degrees in the valley and even in the foothills. We're going to continue with the beautiful weekend into Sunday, so we'll still see that sunshine, just a little bit cooler. Winds will also begin picking up for your Sunday afternoon and evening. Now, for the valley, we are currently on day 43 in a row with dry conditions. The record is 44, so we're very well going to tie that tomorrow. Now, whether we beat it or not, I think we have a very good chance on Monday to actually beat the record, getting us to 45 days Monday. That is because we do not see much rain inside for the valley. We'll expect to see some Sierra snowfall, but for the valley, no rain. Now, we do have a much better chance to see that rain on Tuesday. Now, the unsettled weather pattern begins returning late Sunday night as we start seeing the shift in winds. But by Monday's really the day we start getting the moisture, again, primarily for the high Sierra. The possibility of rain and snow at the same time is mostly for Tuesday. Here's where things shift. The jet stream is starting to dip its way right along the coastline here from areas of the Pacific Northwest into California. Now, you see the moisture line here, that yellow, this green. We want to get into the yellow and even tap into some red. That'll bring us and provide us more moisture. Unfortunately, we're just not getting that much. So as we see this dipping down into California, what's going to happen? It's going to carry along with it an inside slider low pressure system. What that is, it's a basic low pressure system carried along the jet stream, but instead of just coming straight on from the coastline, the jet stream kind of carries it up and over us, kind of making its way into the Sierra as opposed to just directly hitting us from the coast. So that's the slider we're going to receive, and that'll bring us mostly the moisture that we saw on Monday of last week, again for Monday this week for the Sierra. As it continues to make its way down, that'll also bring in moisture for areas of the valley, but again, we're mostly seeing it again for the Sierra. The next chance we have is still in that pattern shift. A trough starts to build again, but again, you're looking at the Pacific Northwest, California missing out, looks like on that system. As we move forward ahead, we do have another chance a few days after that to potentially see some rain. Let's talk about the wind. That'll mostly affect you if you're in the valley. You're going to see those winds anywhere from 10 to 15 miles per hour as we move into Sunday afternoon. Do also expect that Monday, Tuesday as well. The strong winds for the valley, but the wind gusts will continue all the way through Wednesday as you're looking at gusts coming in from offshore the northwest there, anywhere from 15 to 20 mile per hour sustained winds. The colors that you see, take a look up there, those are 30 to 40 mile per hour gusts. Now, as you look toward the Sierra, gusts at some of the higher peaks there, anywhere from 50 plus miles per hour. Meanwhile, valley still remaining rather windy, a little gusty, but we'll primarily see 20 to 30 mile per hour gusts for the valley if we see them at all as we move from Monday through Wednesday. Now, coastal range, if you're headed in that direction, you're going to get that movement, the east-west movement in your car. You're going to get the winds coming in from the north, so you'll definitely feel it. Now, looking at Monday, you're looking at 8 p.m. This is where we'll start to get more of the higher elevation snowfall. Temperatures dropping overnight, and then we'll start to get cooler temperatures, bringing in the snow early morning hours at a little bit lower elevations there, as you see it right there, headed toward Placerville. So 2:30 a.m. you get a lower snowfall, but you also notice that it's a little bit of a mix going on here, rain and snow mixture. It's that winter mix that doesn't really stick. What we do expect is anywhere from 3 to 6 inches at some of the lower elevations, right around 5,000 feet or so. And above that, we could expect anywhere from 6 to 12 inches around 6,500 at 7,000 feet or so. Now, I want you to notice that most of the showers that are coming in on Tuesday are just offshore, and then some of them along the cloud line there just east of Sacramento. So we could see some rain. We might just miss out entirely. So this is really going to depend in the next 24 to 48 hours where this low pressure system lands, and that's what we're going to be tracking. If we do see that landing closer to us, we could get as much as 1/10 of an inch of rain, which would be great. But notice most of the spots, it's really spotty and iffy. You notice you're seeing green over here, but you're saying there's no numbers. That's right. These are just model projections at this moment. So, of course, they're going to try to lay out where we think this system's going to land. But for the most part, I expect us to get about 5/100ths of an inch, if only trace amounts that usually are not measured. So most of the spots there are going to be in the foothills for actual measurable rain. Let's look at the snow forecast, mostly above 6,000 feet. This is primarily where we see most of the accumulation happening. We'll see about 1 to 3 inches primarily for areas south near Mammoth. Much higher elevations there. We'll see more of that snowfall. Looking towards South Lake Tahoe area as well as toward Truckee, you get that kind of a darker blue shade. You're looking at anywhere from 6 to 12 inches of snowfall from Tuesday into Wednesday. So this is a cumulative Monday through Wednesday forecast for us, where we'll see about 3 to 6 inches for most spots. Could get as high as 6 to 12 inches for some of the peaks. Now, I really want to look ahead into the forecast at what we can expect, because we know that we've gotten at least one system that moved through the Sierra just about a week ago, and now we have potential for one more to move through Monday through Wednesday in the Sierra, which is great. But that is setting up a pattern for what we could expect as we move toward March and what we're hoping to expect. As we move through this week, we don't see much happening after we get past this system. We kind of get a few of them headed toward the Pacific Northwest. Great news for them. But then we get this one. March 1st. We hope that this one is this long stream here off into the Pacific. This could be a potential atmospheric river that we are trying to tap into, and hopefully we do, with a low pressure carrying it along. If that's the case, that could provide us with just enough more rain for us to get well above average precipitation for this time of year, and that's what we need. We need to start seeing that a lot of our rain hits the reservoirs when it needs to. We've been well above average so far, but we have also now hit 43 days of a dry streak, so that's not good. Moving into Sunday, we'll see mid to low 60s, and we're already starting to get the National Weather Service advising for high winds for the high Sierra moving into tomorrow. And then we'll probably see a wind advisory or warning in effect for the valley as we move from Monday to Wednesday. That has not been issued just yet as of Saturday night. For high elevations, you're looking at Tahoe over the next 5 days. Temperatures really dropping off. Take a look at Tuesday. 25 degrees for the high, the overnight low 11 degrees. Valley lows will also drop as we move past the storm system. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we could expect our temperatures in the valley to drop off into freezing point temperatures. And looking at the Bay Area, we'll see highs tomorrow in those mid to low 60s, mid to upper 60s for the San Joaquin Valley. Also looking at some more mid 60s for Sacramento. But check this out. Low 60s Monday, mid 50s Tuesday. This is a chance of rain. At this point, 20 to 30% chance. And then check out the overnight lows dropping to 31 degrees Wednesday night. Thursday night dropping off to 33 degrees. And then we finally continue seeing temperatures there in the low 40s through the following week.